What's good, boy dudes and boy dudettes? It's your boy dude reviews. And with the sad news that the X-Men series isn't going to be in the MCU for a very long time, I decided to brighten everyone's day by reviewing the first installment of the X-Men movie. And it's X-Men 2000, a 2000 American superhero film directed by Bryan Singer and written by David Hyttia from a story by Singer and Tom DeSanto. Based on the Marvel Comics superhero team of the same name, the film stars Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Halle Berry, Famke Janssen, James Marsden, Bruce Davison, Rebecca Munson Stamos, Ray Park, and Anna Paquin. Development of X-Men began as far back as '84 with Orion Pictures, with James Cameron and Catherine Bigelow in discussion at one point. The film rights were then brought by the 20th Century Fox dudes and dudettes in the year 1994, and various scripts and film treatments were commissioned from Andrew Kevin Walker, John Logan, Josh Whedon, and Michael Chabon. The film premiered at Ellis Island in July 12, 2000 and was a box office success. This movie sparked the reignition of the lost superhero genre. You see, before X-Men 2000, superhero films were, how can I say, pretty bad. And when I mean bad, I mean bad, embarrassing, terrible, shocking, disgraceful movies. And we went into that dark era of Hollywood blockbuster between, I think it was 1996 and 2000. Before this film came out, blockbusters weren't doing that well, especially superhero films. And X-Men just came out of nowhere and it just shocked people. People thought Hugh Jackman, this prancy Broadway star, was gonna play this, gritty Will Logan dude. And to be honest with you, he did a good job and he shot everyone the heck up. And let's get on in the actual plot of this film, because what is X-Men all about? Well, X-Men, based on the Marvel comics of the same name, focuses on a story where children of the atom, Homo superior, the next link of the chain evolution, each was born in a unique genetic mutation, which at puberty manifested itself in extraordinary powers. In a world filled with hate and prejudice, they are feared by those who cannot accept their differences. Led by Xavier, the X-Men fight to protect a world that fears them. They are locked in a battle with former colleague and friend Magneto, who believes humans and mutants should never coexist. And let's just get into the movie and let's just talk about the good of this film. And 20th Century Fox, in terms of the good, they got a stellar cast. These characters all became legendary. At the time of 2000, no one would have expected these guys to be legendary, A-star actors. And a lot of these actors, literally, this is the biggest roles. And you got Hugh Jackman, you got Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Halle Berry, Famke Janssen, Anna Paquin, Rebecca Romijn Stamos, who, in my opinion, is the best Mystique. Anna Paquin, Bruce Davis, Anna Paquin, Ray Park, Anna Paquin. Did I say Anna Paquin? I think I did. They all did a good job, a really good job, portraying these characters. These just great characters. Logan, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, whoever you want to call him, he was the best. I freaking love this guy. A Canadian roughhouser with the mutant ability to sense others with enhanced animal-like senses, healed rapidly from numerous injuries, and wield 3 claws extended past the bridge of each knuckles, who has lived for 15 years without memory of his past, apart from his dog tags and an adamantium encased skeleton. This dude is pretty cool. I like he's kind of an anti-hero in a way. He doesn't really want to be on the good side. He's just there because he just needs a place to kick and chillax. But obviously he cares for others, and I just like this guy. He's so cool. I think Logan is cooler than I don't know. Tony Stark is cool, but this dude is just cool. He is a dude. This dude is a dude. He is a true dude. Ian McKellen as Magneto, he's just this evil guy you just love to hate. And it's remarkable how Ian McKellen can play such a evil dude as Magneto and then play such a lovable dude as Gandalf. It's just so jarring and just pretty amazing in my opinion. Patrick Stewart as Professor X, people know him from like the Star Trek films and TV shows, but I know him from X-Men. I freaking love this guy, Professor X. They just got him right. I just like this guy. He's the glue to everyone, and he's just so cool. And as much as I like the new Professor X, who's played by James McCoy, this dude was just the best, and you can't get any better with him. Storm as Halle Berry, or Halle Berry as Storm, also great. Famke Janssen as Jean Grey, decent. James Marsden as Cyclops, nice. They all did really great. And Anna Paquin, the film basically does start off with Anna Paquin, this mutant 17-year-old girl forced to leave her home in Mississippi when she puts her boyfriend into a coma by kissing him. Her powers include absorbing anyone's memories, life force, and in the case of mutants, powers through physical touch. And I just love her performance and how we're introduced to this world, you know. How the mutants, you know, they can look like anyone, but yeah, that, you know, they can be pretty deadly in a way. I do freaking love how it starts off with this mutant who's like, you know, coming to terms with what's happening to her, and then we see her story progress as she meets Logan, and then they go and meet the ex. It's just done so well. It's just also great. Looking at the trailer, I have to admit the cinematography is pretty amazing. It's very dated, I have to admit, but it's dated in a good way. It has this nice old style yet freshness to it. Honestly, if I watched this film back then, I would have been like, you know, it would have been pretty amazing. Like, this film was like the original Avengers film, to be honest with you. Excuse me. We wouldn't have Endgame without this film. It was the original team-up movie where we have all these great characters. And even the thing I love about this film is that this is the first film in the series. And how many X-Men characters are there? Like, there are so many. And we get to see everyone's backstory. We get to see who everyone is like, what they're like, who they are, their motivations in this like 2.5-hour film. That's amazing. Bryan Singer knew how to direct and like, you know, just do this film so good. And it's just, I think it was just done really well. Other stuff I liked about this film, I kind of like that the soundtrack. The soundtrack music was done by Michael Kamen, and I really do like it. Very comic booky, very 2000, I have to admit. The visual effects, yeah, let's get to mixed aspects of the film. And mixed and negative aspects, I would say, are the visual effects. Now, there are scenes when it's done really well, I have to admit, but then there are scenes when it's pretty dated. I mean, looking at it, it's like, oh, late 90s, early 2000s. It looks dated. It looks so old school. And looking at it, oh gosh, we've come a long way. But for what they were given at the time, they did pretty damn well. And I thought, yeah, you know, pretty well. And other stuff I liked about this film, well, not liked, disliked. I have to admit, as much as I like the other characters of the X-Men, I don't think the movie gave enough screen time for them, particularly Storm and particularly I would say Storm and Cyclops. Like, they were in the film quite a bit, but I wanted more of them, to be honest with you. I wanted more. And, I mean, you can only do so much, to be honest with you. But, it is what it is, to be honest with you. And with that said, I'm going to say X-Men is a movie where you got great characters, a great plot, a great setup. And I didn't talk about the whole, you know, prejudice side of it. And yeah, this movie, it deals with themes such as prejudice, stereotyping, and just kind of racism towards like mutants. And at the time, it was so relevant at the time, you know. And it still holds up today. It's still relevant today, considering, you know, stuff that's been happening. And I freaking love you know, how they tackled it, and it was just done so well. Is it the best X-Men movie? Maybe one of the top 5 for me, but the best is yet to come, my friend. The best is yet to come. But it is one of the best movies. It's one of my favorite comic book films of all time, this one. I always just have a soft spot for this film. Whenever if I'm to watch a superhero film, like if I'm to rewatch any superhero movies, it's either X-Men, X-Men 2, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, or Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Captain America, the First Avenger, Avengers. Those are like the movies, superhero films I would anytime rewatch, anytime. They just have this, I don't know, it's timeless. This movie is just timeless. Yeah, the effects are dated. Yes, it's set like 15, no, I'd say nearly 20 years actually in the making. But it's still timeless today. It's still relevant today. I still freaking love it. And with that said, I'm going to give this movie an A. And I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Go watch this film right now. And let's face it, you've already seen it. It's been out for 20 years. Come on, dudes and dudettes. Go watch this movie. And thank you for watching this review. Please like and share this video and comment down below and tell me, what is your favourite X-Men film? Who was your favourite X-Men character? With that said, thank you for watching. And as always, Boy Dude Reviews signing out.